Hey tasters, I'm in Kannaviou. This is Ezousa Winery. This is my first visit to a winery after lockdown and the first Paphos winery I've visited in a very long time. And I'm here with Michalis Konstantinidis, who is going to show me his vineyards. We're going to taste great wine, and right now he's going to talk to me about the very special Kannaviou terroir.
We are in Kannaviou. We are standing into a Xynisteri vineyard. It's your first time in...
I've never been here before and I'm really excited. The temperature is so much cooler. This is the middle of the summer, but it's so cool and refreshing here. I love it.
Okay, it is a bit strange climate. I mean, although we are at not a very high elevation, we are at 400 is the riverbed up to 650, 100 meters above the sea level. But we have the effect of the valley with this fresh breeze which circulates into the valley, and also a very, very cool night, because as the air at night gets cooler, it's more heavier, so comes down to the bottom of the valley, and temperature for sure is much cooler. With this, we have a very big deviation between day and night temperatures, which is something that helps for us to keep the aromatic potential and the acidity in the grapes. You can see also the Paphos forest, which is surrounding us, the Ezousa river, and of course the soil, the volcanic soils of Kannaviou. According to geology, Kannaviou was a pre-Cretacean submarine volcano, which it is something that you can obviously see. So we have the volcanic soils, which they gives the minerality to our wines.
So you have a forest nearby, and you have a river running through the village, and you have volcanic soils and a big temperature difference between night and day, and this is the perfect terroir for fantastic wine.
Exactly. Yes. Actually, is a very good terroir to produce quality grapes, and it is something that helps us to produce good wines.
Hey everyone, I'm here with Lisa. This is Polka Dots and Wine, and we are in a Xynisteri vineyard in Kannaviou. We are here to taste Ezousa wines.
Happy days! I'm very excited to finally be here.
So we should go back to the winery and taste some wine, yes?
Yes.
Should we walk around the vineyard?
Yes, let's do it.
Hey tasters, I'm in Ezousa Winery tasting room. This is the full flight of Ezousa wines right here. So tell me, each bottle, one by one, what we have here. What's this?
Okay, first of all, we have the Xynisteri family, and I will explain, the Maratheftico family, and the international wines, the international varieties that we cultivate, that they look to be adopted to our hot climate. The white one is a Viognier, and the blue one is a Syrah, 2019 and 2018 vintages. So the next wines have the Xynisteri, which is actually our first wine that we release and we produce in 2003 commercially. It's 100% Xynisteri, 24 hours cold maceration, no oak, a young fresh Xynisteri. The other two Xynisteris, the first one is wine produced from a vineyard, a single vineyard wine. We name it Paloures after the name of the vineyard in the village of Kannaviou. Again, here we have 24 hours cold maceration at 5 Celsius degrees and a further aging for 6 months in a blend of old and new French oak barrels, 225 and 300 liters. The next wine is an orange wine or an amber wine, which they are very fashionable recently. Actually, it's an extended maceration wine, a wine that we keep for a long time, the skins with the juice together.
And you call it skin?
That's why we name it skin after this. Furthermore, we are aging this wine for almost a year in old oak barrels. So the next generation, the next family is Maratheftico family. So at the beginning we have two rosé, the Gris and the Eros, two wines that are coming from the same variety, but with a different approach in the vineyard and in the winery. The next wine is a red, actually something more than 40% Maratheftico, with 30% of Mourvèdre and 30% of Syrah. Is our everyday red, no oak. It's a wine, it's a fruity wine. You can chill it, you can have it at any time. Okay, the last wine is 100% Maratheftico. It is our flagship wine. The particular one is 2017 that we have in the market now. It's a selection of berries, actually, of Maratheftico from a selected vineyard, and after 21 days of cold maceration, we keep it for almost a year in oak barrels varying from 225 liters to 500 liters.
I'm very curious today. I want to taste the Xynisteris. It's summertime and I want to see what you've done with the Xynisteri to show me the full potential of our Cyprus grape. Right? So shall we taste that? Let's do it. So there might be barking during this tasters, because my assistant is with us. The microphone is not edible. I love you too. I know. So tasters, we're going to do the wine pour in a slightly unorthodox way today, because we have 3 Xynisteris and we want to see the colors side by side. So we're just going to pour them all at once and we're going to look at them and you're going to be able to see the color immediately. So let's do the pour. Okay, so we talked it over and we decided we're going to save the orange wine for last. So we've changed the order. Suspense. It's like nothing happened. So tell us about this white.
Actually, it's a typical summer wine. It reminds Cyprus. It's a wine that sweets all the time for all purposes. A young, fresh, crispy wine who can easily accompany salads, white meats, fish, and almost the whole Cypriot cuisine.
So, Lisa, this was one of the first white wines I've seen you take photos with when you came to Cyprus, because you actually live in Paphos, right?
Yes.
So this was one of the first Xynisteris I've ever seen you drink.
Correct. Early introduction to the grape, which was very exciting for me. And as I arrived right before the lockdowns, I had to explore from home. But this was lovely, like fresh, green, crisp apple and melon, like very exciting for me.
I love Paphos Xynisteri. Tends to have a little bit more tropical fruit compared to Limassol from like Bitsiyak Xynisteri. That's more floral.
More floral and some more flowers. Let's say, like here. Actually, here we wanted to see the potential of Xynisteri. So we have three different Xynisteri. We started with the first one. As Lisa said, it's a fresh wine. You can smell green apple, pineapple, some flowers.
So, what would you pair this with, Plutarch?
As Michalis said, for sure with some salads, some fish, and maybe some pasta.
Okay. So this is was this easy in the vineyard? This Xynisteri is not very difficult in the no. Yeah, very easy going.
Xynisteri is very easy going grape at its all stages, from the vineyard to the winery.
Okay. Should we taste? Yes. Oh, it's beautiful. Okay, there's the tickle. Beautiful acidity, right? Mm-hmm.
Beautiful acidity, long finish.
Would you say this one is your most approachable to the larger audience?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I've yet to meet someone who doesn't love this Xynisteri. Everybody just...
And for sure it's our
best-selling wine.
Best-selling wine, our first label. Now it's the 18th harvest that we that's in the market. Yes, so
okay. So this is an old friend.
So it's an old friend. It's our most old friend.
So what's next?
So the next one is Xynisteri again.
Okay.
From single vineyard. It's a new release now. It's a wine of 2019. It's from Palures Vineyard. A vineyard with again volcanic soil. The main difference between these two is the first of all is the vineyard that is just from one vineyard, and the second has to do with the second difference has to do with the treatment in the winery. I mean, we are aging this for 6 months in oak barrels, 225 and 300 liters. So it's vintage 2019. Is a wine that can show us the potential of Xynisteri, can show us that Xynisteri can survive and stay alive after the first year of its life, and to start developing actually for the next years.
Okay. So yeah, I mean, there's definitely potential for aging here, right? I mean, those the sweet spices just from 6 months, right?
Spicy already.
Very, very exciting. But this tastes very special. So, what did you do different in the winery?
Actually, the only difference was the oak. The oak we use, as Michalis said, French oak, new and old. We keep it there for about 6 months with batonnage.
Ah, okay.
And actually, that's the reason you feel it. It has more body, more creamy.
It's such a rich wine, but you know, you have been very delicate with your use of oak barrels. I have to congratulate you because it's so easy to overdo it, because it's so easy to be heavy-handed with oak, and this is yeah, and this retains all this vitality and lightness and brightness, and the acidity is still there, but just a gentle spiciness, I think.
It does change the profile though. It does make it a little bit more of a savory wine for me, and the fruits are deepened more towards a cherry now. Like, what would you pair this wine with?
Right. Okay. So there's this creaminess, right? So I think I'd move away from the light seafood, and here we just have all these sort of chicken à la crème, and or even a little bit of Middle Eastern spiciness. Like, so I wouldn't go so far as sort of like Indian curry, but like a little bit of Moroccan playfulness, I think would be really, really good with this, wouldn't it?
Also with fish on the grill, smoked fish.
They're more robust fish here,
The salmon,
right? Yeah. You want some salmon or some tuna steak, lightly spiced, and oh, I'm making
You
myself
make me hungry.
This is wonderful. Great, really good. Okay, so shall we move on?
Yes. The last one.
Well, I mean, the color alone, I mean, what is this? Yeah. This is such a rich amber color. I mean, it just, so you've done a lot to this. So you tell me.
This is our skin contact Xynisteri.
So an orange wine.
Let's say it's a still of orange wine, yes.
My mother called it.
Okay, so this is essentially orange wine because it's been vinified with the skins.
Yeah.
Okay.
Actually, we are doing the harvest. After the harvest, we are crushing the grapes and we keep it with the skins for about 30 days.
30 days. So really, you take white wine, which normally we just vinify the juice and you have this light wine, or you vinify the juice and you put it in oak and you have slightly more color. But here, essentially, you take white wine, but you vinify it like red. So because you allow skin contact for a month.
For a month, and after we separate the skin from the wine. We keep it in old oak barrel for a year.
For a year, okay. So I mean, this is a very serious wine. This, I mean, not your usual. Oh wow, wow. Okay.
Actually, it's a different approach of Xynisteri for sure.
So it's very intriguing because if I didn't taste it, I would almost expect sweetness in this because it has such a rich nose. Yeah. But it's a very savory wine, is it?
No sweetness. It's a bone dry wine. Now you can find the tannins. If you close your eyes, you can imagine that maybe it's a red. I mean, in your mouth. Imagine a light red. Or
because it dries your mouth, right?
Yeah, it has the tannins of the extended maceration with the skins.
It has also body, it has also tannins.
Definitely. Such a rich wine, and again, so we have another layer of richness and depth.
So, in general, here we have, let's say, three expressions of Xynisteri. From a young, crispy, fruity summer wine, up to an amber wine, a wine that you can, in a way, simulate with red. It's especially the mouth with the tannins that the juice absorbed from the skins. And okay, we are happy that we have such a multi-power indigenous variety.
Yes, so Xynisteri, I mean, it's so versatile, right? I mean, look at the range of white wine that you can produce from this variety. It's amazing. Well, I am now going to put you on the spot, Lisa, and I'm going to say, if you had to choose only one, which one would be your favorite? They're all wonderful, they're all lovely. If you had to choose only
I would
one.
go with the skin just because it's something that I've never tasted anything before, and I like the uniqueness.
Yes, yes, I know exactly what you mean. I mean, this is such a unique wine. You go for the orange. Okay, so obviously a parent is not allowed to have favorites, but if you had to whisper to me, which one do you love most? So he's refusing to say it out loud. So I can't possibly reveal to you that an old friend is a good friend. So do you have a favorite as a godfather?
As you said before, we have to wait another 10 years
to
for
see.
the answer.
But you think that this one has potential,
For sure.
right?
Yeah.
Okay, wonderful. And I reserve the right not to have not to say that actually, to be honest, I love them all, yes. I mean, Lord knows how much of this I've had this summer. But these two, I honestly, I couldn't choose. I would love to wait and see how these two develop. The wonderful wines. Right, so, tasters.
Tasters.
Tasters. Here I am, Ezousa Winery, and the wonderful potential of Xynisteri unfolded here. Light, bright, summer white, but also single vineyard, lightly oaked, beautifully lightly oaked. You're a master at this, well done. And the team. And skin contact, amber orange wine. Xynisteri can do it all. So here we are. Should we say cheers? Yes. Pick your favorite and raise it to the sky. Yeah, all of them. Hey! Cheers! Cheers!
Oh, Lord,
wonderful. Oh, I shall send this to your father-in-law.
I'm doing well.
We're selling wine.